What's going on? What's going on? Put some things in the chat. What's going on? Just coming on here to have a conversation. What's up, Big Dave? Much love and respect. What's up, Theodore? So, just going on live, man. Talk about some things. A lot of things going on. Oklahoma done took the damn championship away from the Indiana. You know, a lot of things happening. The homie Dirty Red from Inglewood family. They tell me he done passed away. Dude done did a whole bunch of years. A lot of stuff like that going on. Mad Ronald home. Y'all see him on the interview with Street TV. A lot of things happening, man. I just want to come on and give about an hour to talk about some things. For Extra home. They don't talk about him though. He don't listen. He still want to fight everybody. Um, that's a Mariah Recording LLC. Grace and peace. Yes, indeed. Grace and peace to you too, brother Calvin Nunley. Feeling good to thrive, free and alive. Yes, indeed. Good to be alive. Good to be alive. All right, I'm on here, man. Y'all got me for about an hour, man. Ask me the questions. If I could answer it, I will. A lot of things going on. I'm in LA. I just left a conference where I had international people around me, people from Atlanta, people from Chicago. Shout out to all my Chicago folks. Detroit Zoe. What's up, Zoe? Dungy out of Atlanta. Dr. Chico. All those out of Chicago. Juanita. Um, said Sam. Whole bunch of people. Chris Patterson. I introduced him to the Chris Patterson out here in LA. Both of them from the Nation. If y'all know the Nation, y'all know the Nation. Both of them Chris Patterson. Just one from Chicago, one from LA. All right, ain't much going on. Let's see here. Do you ever know Missy? Stay in the Jungles on Steve Lee. No, I don't think I know Missy. I don't know Missy. But I ain't been, hanging out in a while though. What do I think of Trump right now? Well, won't he do it? I mean, I know normally we say that we talking about somebody in church saying, "Won't he do it?" But man, Trump say some shit and he do some shit, won't he? Won't he do what he say he gonna do? Um, I think Trump is a little homie. If y'all think about this, Trump is a little homie. Trump, he ain't got no filter, man. He don't care who he shoot at. That's why he's shooting at Iran, knowing that our Earl gonna go up, man. And when the Earl go up, the gas go up. Meaning, shit, whatever shit we got here in Texas, California, wherever we got, we're gonna be using all of it. California got a couple of oil refineries, and so does Texas. But you're fucking with Iran, and most of all that, a lot of that come from different countries, come from Iran. Think about what he's doing with China, man. Know everything gonna go up, man. With all the tariffs, we're gonna be spending more money. And then think about what he's doing to people. That's really what we could talk about. What he's doing to the people who come from Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvadorian, Haitian, Jamaican, Belizean. He getting people up out of here. Should we be supporting the Mexican against ICE? Let me tell you, in my opinion, and I can only speak for myself. I'm not speaking for an organization, nothing like that. In my opinion, man, I want to keep my relationships with all my people, whether they were born here or not, whether they're from Salvador, or wherever, Haitian, Belizean. I want to keep my relationships. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to go march and be out in the front line. I don't want to front line because who I am. because of who I am, getting federal grants and stuff like that. I don't want to stop everything I done built for um, people who are frontlining. So now I can support my people, and I got two sisters. My father adopted one, and he just raised the other one. And they from El Salvador, so their mom from El Salvador too. And I don't want nothing to happen to her. I don't want her to be sent back to El Salvador and leave her kids. She got a grandbaby, and she was always cool. But nah, I don't think. For me, I don't want to front line, and I don't want to tell none of my people to front line because there's so much that has gone on, and I ain't talking about the politics in prison, but just if you guys ever read the comments on a lot of these posts, when you see something that's prejudiced between black and white people or something like that, and we talking about Karens and that, you'll find that a lot of people who are Mexican American will say stuff about um, victims being professional victims. So what I see right now, what Trump is doing is he got the new slave catchers. So back in the 16, 17, 1800s, the slave catchers was catching black people. And it was the blacks and Asians who were always, doing the work for free. A lot of black people were already indigenous to this land. They wasn't on the slave ship. There was a lot of that's why when you see the Indians, why do they call them Indians? They call them Indians because what's his name? Christopher Columbus thought he discovered India. He said, "Look at the Indians because they dark skinned." So this land was dark skinned people, Asiatic black men that came here and had to fight the saber-toothed giant, tigers, and all these different grizzly bears and all that to put some land here to grow fruit and vegetables. And they were peaceful people, but they were not Mexicans. This was not Mexico. As a matter of fact, most Mexicans, Spanish, Guatemalans don't even understand that when the English came here, so did the Spaniards. So the reason we got Junipero Serra, we got Santa Monica, we got El Monte, and all these other cities, not because it was Mexico, but because Spaniards came and conquered. And just like the English was taken from the black people, just like the France, if you go to Canada, man, a lot of them people are black and they speak French. They didn't come from French black like that because the Asiatic black man was all over this continent. And the French, the English, and the Spaniards came and conquered. That's why we have all these things. So I want the Mexicans to know that we brothers, we on the same fight. The Mexicans, the Asians, the blacks, we on the same fight. But shit, man, we ain't professional victims. It's everybody else got their money, man. Think about the Jewish people. Think about what Trump just did, man. He blowing up Iran for Israel. But where is Israel? Who are they? Where they come from? Where is their real land? They take other people's land. And I can't say that I don't know. I'm just saying, man, for me, we got to stick together and have our own fight. I don't turn my back on my brothers. If they black, brown, white, Asian, whatever, I ain't turning my back on my brothers. But I also don't have to go out in the streets and fight with you. I could open the door and say, man, y'all come in here. Or look, I got a garage, man. They better not come to my garage. Y'all just kick it here for a minute. I could do stuff like that, but I ain't supposed to go out in the street and throw rocks at the police and risk me going to prison. Some people get third strikes for shit like that. So don't ask me to put my life on the line when I got kids and grandkids, but I also don't want to turn my back on you. So that's how I see it. Like, nah, we ain't supposed to front line. We ain't supposed to do that. But at the same time, shit, people are people. And if they hungry, I need to feed them. If they selling fruits on the corner, I need to buy the fruit from them. If they, on right behind Fremont on Avalon, they got a lineup of different people who do auto detail. I love it because I go back there, man. I get my car washed. I go get the second car van, take it back there, get it washed. I support my people, but I won't put my life on the line for somebody else's rights. And then if I look at it from political sense, um, yeah, I'm a fight and do all this for the we call them paisas. I'm gonna do all this for the paisas, but then they're educated Latino people got master's degrees and all that who say that blacks are lazy And they just read the comments. They say blacks is lazy. They don't want to work, and y'all professional victims. They was also saying, why should we give y'all reparations? That's gonna come out our taxpayer dollars. So I'm not talking to my Pisces, man. The Pisces, I'm with you, man. Y'all back in the '80s, man. Y'all brought keys coming from overseas, just like Big Sykes said. So these are our brothers, man. And most of the Pisces don't want to fight with the politics in the prison either. So when the South Siders is tripping, shit, the Pisces ain't with it. So we got to recognize our brothers, our sisters, but at the same time, even if they are Southsiders, even if they are with the shits, um, them is our brothers. They just don't know that a lot of them been through the same shit we've been through. But don't think that this was Mexico. This was black people land. The indigenous people here had a darker skin, and that's why Christopher Columbus called them Indians because of the color of the skin. How do you feel about the Mexican girl on the front line and her racist rants against a black police officer? I didn't see that. I didn't see that one. Peace and blessings to you too, Alana. I always say I appreciate you and Compton girl, and she's here too. Look, y'all sisters. But I gotta take y'all to eat for sure, for sure. I gotta y'all got that on me. But hold on one second. Hey Jazz. Hey. Yep, give me about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. All right. All right. Yep, but I gotta take y'all to go eat. So Compton girl, get together with Marlana. Y'all figure it out. Both of y'all in Compton, I think, right? If not, it don't matter. It don't matter. Y'all support me so much. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. A restaurant in the casino. You talking about Hollywood Park, or you talking about going to Pachanga or one of them? I don't know what you talking about. But look, I don't want y'all to think that I'm sitting here bashing my Mexican, my Guatemalan, my El Salvadorian people, because I'm not. Who I'm bashing is the ones who said that we don't need reparations. I'm bashing the ones who said that we're professional victims, because every time we talk about slavery or the effects of slavery, and they say, oh, y'all just broke and poor and don't want to work. Well, if motherfucking on me, I just offered to take two girls to go eat, and they could eat $100, $200 a plate. So I ain't rich. I mean, I don't have a Rolls Royce, a house in Beverly Hills, or nothing like that. But I don't miss a meal. My kids don't miss a meal. My grandkids don't miss a meal. We look out for each other. So um, I'm just saying, man, that there's a lot of stereotypes that have been put on black people by white people. And then let me tell you what I know from growing up. So I'm gonna tell y'all my age. I'll be 62, right? I'll be 62 in November. So as I was growing up, living 1220 East 20th Street, All People Christian Center, from San Pedro to I could walk from San Pedro to Central, from Washington to Adams. That's my area growing up. Um, and I would find that most of the Mexican families over there, most of them spoke good English. They did not bring their people from out of the country, because what y'all don't realize, in 1953, there was another one just like this, where the immigration sweeps and all that, and LAPD played a part in it. The way they saying they're not going to now, they did back then. And then even before that, when they closed down they closed down these houses to build Dodger Stadium, the eminent domain. They were attacking Mexican people. So what I learned after that, so I was born way after that, what I learned is that they tried to fit in. So they would speak proper English. And if they had their tia or their abuela or whatever in the house, what they would do is tell them you can't come outside, because they don't want people to know that they was Mexican. They tried to blend in and be white. And that's why the kids end up being cholos, Chicanos instead of Mexicans. That it's a subculture. Same thing as we created Crips and Bloods. They created that zoot suit and all that, because they were targeted. The Mexican people were targeted. They was targeted real bad, and so they started trying to emulate the white people. And I can't say all of them, but I'm gonna say the ones that I knew back in 69, 70, 71, 72. They family wasn't doing a whole lot of speaking English. Wasn't nobody out on the corners selling corn or hunking the horn. We had the donut man. The donut man and the watermelon man were black, man. Everything I love, man. So but y'all think about it. Ask somebody my age. Ask your mamas, your daddies, or whatever. Back in my days, the donut man would come up, have them fresh glazed donuts. He was black. The watermelon man had them fresh watermelons with seeds in them. He was black. So, I'm just saying, man, I want to support all of my people, whoever they are. I love Hollywood Park. What's this? More than slice and car again. So y'all want to go gambling? I'm talking about let's go eat, sit down. But we can go wherever you at. Just let me know. Y'all two connect. Tell me I'm gonna be out of town. I'm leaving tomorrow, but I come back Friday morning. So y'all let me know. Saturday will be good. Friday be good. There's some good places to eat that ain't got a. That's not in a casino. But Marlena, you want to do it? Let's do it. Let's go. We can go to the bar at Yarmouth. I could do that. I could do that. We can go to Yamava. Y'all want to do that? Ain't one of them people out there, ain't a usher or somebody supposed to be out there too? I don't know if I got enough for that, but shit, you go gambling first, and shit, we'll pitch in on it. What's up, Skip? When I go to work, the sabotage is real. I say to myself, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Sabotage is real. Hollywood Park. Hollywood Park. Okay. Still no slots in HP. Indian reservation. They talking about going. Peace and blessings to you and your household. I appreciate you, Yusuf. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so we're gonna talk about immigration. We're gonna talk about the streets of LA. Once again, I want to give a shout out to the homie Dirty Red. I don't know if y'all know him. Come out of Inglewood. He had a life sentence, but in 1979, him and Mark, Bad News. Him and Bad News is one of the original dudes out the Rolling 60s. They side by side in a riot, and they had to do what they had to do, and somebody got dead. They That's why Bad News ended up doing 41 or 42 years because they were supposed to come out. They was in. I don't know when they went in, about 76, 77. By 79, they had that riot. Somebody ended up dead. If not for that riot, life sentence back then was 7 years. They could have did 7 or 10 or something like that. And if they'd have did 10, 12 years, they'd have been home. But instead, Mark, Bad News, end up doing 41. And Dirty Red, I don't know how much time he did, but he passed away. So keep him in your prayers. Say Skipp Townsend for president, man, I appreciate that. But to be honest with you, man, they already know who they want for president. They already know who they want next. They already know what they want to do. They waiting on the damn food, and I can't play that role. I couldn't play that role, man, because it is a role. These are characters. All of them are characters. I can't do it. I see it in the city politics. I see it when a politician has people working with them. I'm gonna say a council member has people working with them, working for them, working with them, and then as soon as that person wants to run for office, they're against them. They're against them because they've made friends with other council members. So they're like, "Why you gonna run after they spot?" So it's like, man, it's not about doing the right thing. It's not about always doing for the community. Sometimes it's just about friendships, relationships. Remember that everything is based on relationships. Let's see what I miss. If they can do that to Mexico, no due process, they can do that to us. We don't need to be up front. So look, going back to that, yes, they will do that to us. Yes, they have done that to us. If y'all think about it, um, this is not new. What's new is the fact that this is ICE, immigration. But do y'all remember in the 90s when it was the straight feds? It was the FBI coming to get all these black brothers. Let me name some of them to you. So a lot of y'all heard of Harry O. A lot of y'all just heard the name or whatever. That's actually Black Mike, Black Dave's brother. They was on him. They was on Harry O. They was on Whitey. They was on FC. They was on Waterhead Bo. They was on Freeway Rick. They did come after us. They did come after the black people who were doing things or making a living or whatever. They came, and it wasn't the normal drug case back in the 80s. It's a $5,000 bail. But what they did is they changed the laws to the mandatory minimum. Ask all the people that have been in the feds, the mandatory minimum. People getting 17 years for, not even caught, just talking on the phone. People got life for talking on the phone. Yeah, that's what I mean. What the hell? So don't even get it twisted, man. That they've been after us too. They always after somebody, and now it's just their time. Most of them off the 10. Aqua Caliente was nice last weekend. Oh, y'all really talking about going somewhere? I'll put gas in the car and meet y'all out there or whatever. Well, she's an expert at all of them. Pachanga, Temecula. I got you. But anyway, I just got on here to see what was going on, what y'all had in mind, what y'all want to talk about, what's happening. People getting dead who ain't been dead yet, getting dead now, doing everything possible to put people together. This is the summer, y'all. It's the summer, and people still out here shooting, man. Say we are degenerates. No, we're not. You're not a degenerate. Like, let me Google and see what that means. I'm thinking degenerate is something bad. It might be something good I need to pay attention to. Let me see. Uh, Google degenerates. Hey, Focus. Hey, how you doing? You said something to me on Facebook and said, "This is me. I know who you are now. I'm focused, just like you're focused. I know exactly who you are." Um, Degenerates. Degenerates definition is immoral, corrupt person. No. Or the quality of life is degenerated. It's a noun. Uh, all right, tell me what you meant by that. I sure did. I'm very proud of you. Proud of you too, Focus. Why are you proud of me, Focus? Tell me. Why are you proud of me? Go ahead and type it in. All right. You guys hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Like and subscribe. Uh, and go to Instagram and follow that second call that's out to LA as well. Do I have any information on us organization? Let me tell you, I failed myself, Brother Theodore. I have a cousin, an actual cousin who was a part of the US organization. And said I know her by her real name, but she was right hand to Dr. Kawanga. And I just didn't know. I knew everything about the Black Panther Party, but when she passed away of cancer back in 2008, 2009, that's when I started learning more about US organization. So, I was always told the US organization was the ones who killed Bunchy Carter, and forgot his partner's name. I got to get more educated on that, but I should, because Dr. Kawanga is an instructor at Cal State Long Beach. So we can reach out to him. I've been in his presence a couple times, but yeah, because you're an intelligent Black man with morals and compassion, and you went to school. All right, I went to school with your cousin. I'll take that. Yes, indeed. I appreciate you. Thank you for the hearts. And what's so crazy about being an intelligent Black man is that, in my opinion, in my opinion, intelligent people are often overlooked because the measurement of success is a PhD or a master's degree, and to me it nullifies some of the learned experience, some of the lived experience. So I always think about being an intelligent black man actually makes an individual. Um, it makes an individual. I don't know. I want to say targeted. Being intelligent without the teachings of our oppressor. Just think about it. Our oppressors, teachers, and focus. You should know. You went to Catholic school. They were teaching us Latin. We were supposed to learn Latin in order to be Catholic. So they're teaching me that Jesus is really, what's his name, Caesar Bognine or whatever, whoever they painted that picture, that was not Jesus Christ. So we were taught to be oppressed, really. And so what am I learning? And then think about it. All you guys who got these degrees right now, and I'm not trying to bash you for having the degrees. Um, Damn, what'd you take off, Yusuf? I was about to read that. But I'm not bashing anybody with a degree, but what happens now after the degrees, there's years and years of student loans that get up to about 200, 300,000. So I want you to buy a home. I want you to buy a nice car, pay your insurance, but I also want to put something else on your head, which is a student loan. So your house will be about $500,000 or 700,000, 800,000. Your car should be about 100,000, but you got a student loan of 200,000. So that's what it was, Bloodhound. If you know, Bloodhound is still in the Netherlands. I don't know. I haven't talked to him, but there's another dude, youngster, a dude Ramon, who died too. From used to be a Bloodhound out the area. He died natural causes, though he wasn't killed. Yep, that's him. That's him right there, Caesar Borgia. That's exactly who I was talking about, the fake picture of Christ. That's it. So think about that. Think about what it is that we're being taught. Think about what we're teaching our children. You know what I mean? So being an intelligent black man means that if you know better, then people gonna say, "Oh, you crazy, you crazy." Okay, right. It started moving different 40 years ago and let that Catholic shit go. Right, but I'm not even gonna try to bash the Catholic school because I'm gonna tell you what I believe. I believe that my mother wanted better for me and my brother. So you went to Catholic school and your cousins went to Catholic school. I believe that was because they thought this would be better. It would be better if you got a better education than the public school. I could say that can happen now, but back then, I think the education level was somewhat equal. There was equity in education, period. But what are we learning? What is it that we were learning back then, and how much of it was truth? To learn that all the black people came on slave ships. To learn that we were savages and that we were killing each other and walking around naked in Africa, and, taught like somebody brought us up as black people, and make us fight one another. And yeah, so that's the sacrifice. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to bypass your parents' sacrifice. And my mother, single mother, she had two boys that went to Catholic school, so she was paying a lot. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the want that she had. But as I sit in this office right here, I don't know if y'all how much of it you can see, but right here, I sit in this office down the street from Dorsey High School, and I do not have a high school diploma. But my office is pretty big. I got the Rams that gave me a jersey. Um, I got a picture of Looney and Mary Can. I got Bo Taylor, Pete Carroll. I done been to Haiti, been to Jamaica, been to Mexico, been through all the United States, been everywhere that I could possibly go. And I have people working for me who has PhDs and master degrees. I have a new assistant. My old assistant had a master's degree, and my new assistant has a master's degree. And I don't have a high school diploma. So I'm not. I need to be humble. I'm not trying to be more than humble right now, but I'm just saying that I appreciate sacrifices, but I think it's a lot that comes with just studying and being an entrepreneur or being Uh, Peace and Grizzly Bear. Peace and Grizzly Bear Grease. Huh. All right, Bam. Peace and Grizzly Bear Grease. Yeah, that's expression of prayers for sacrifice. Glad you're away. I'm glad I'm well too. Yeah, nothing personal, just business. I appreciate that, Colton. Yeah, I just want to say I encourage everybody to don't stop your dreams. Like, okay, look at it like this. I'm sorry, and I started with focus, but look at it, if I work for Ford Motor Company, right? And I worked there for 32 years. Is Henry Ford gonna die and leave me the company, or is this for him and his kids? And now I'll put 32 years in, and now I get a gold watch, and I get about $3,000-4,000 a month to not to go to work. Or if I become an electrician or a carpenter, and now I'm working for Moral Metals, I'm working for PCL Construction, I'm working for one of these major companies, no, Parsons, they're a $1 billion company, and I worked for them for 30 years. And after I complete it and I get the gold watch, and now I'm getting $8,000 retirement to not go to work. But can my kids eat off of that? Does it belong to my kids? Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm working for another man in his dream to feed his kids generation by generation. And what I have to do is I have to get a degree. I have to get learned how to do that, how to work for somebody else, when my goal and my dream might be famous Amos. I want to make cookies like him. And I don't need anything but butter and dough and the stuff that I need, to do that. So I just want everybody not to give up on your dreams, man. And you know, let's have these conversations. 1300s, Aztecs in Mexico were black people. I knew it. The Mayans were black. And you know how you know? I'm sitting here reading this stuff, coding, but you know how I know? Because of the pyramids. The pyramids, the same pyramids that was built in Egypt. And people want to think that there were white people in Egypt because of the movie they put where Moses is coming down the Nile and this and that, and he was white because he's Charleston Heston. But it's just not true, man. Our history has been shaded. Our history is shaded, and I try, but see, I don't like picking a fight with people who are down with me. But so I don't want to tell my Mexican brothers and sisters the truth, because the truth told out of season is just as bad as a lie. So right now it's out of season because ICE is looking for them, and they saying, "Well, this is our country, y'all took it, but this was black people." And I'm glad you brought that to the forefront. The Mayans were black people. The Olmecs were black people. Let's talk about real ancient black history of the Americas. And I'm with you, but I don't know who else is with us on that. Thank you for doing the work. Appreciate you, Wesley. It's just another piece of paper. I have a bachelor's degree in only music. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You got the bachelor's degree, but you know, and I'm sure there was maybe not the 200,000, but I'm sure there was some debt in there, about $30,000 to $60,000 for that. Yes, indeed, KD. Appreciate you, Victor Valley. Hey, Jill. Free food giveaway, Jill. I will let you know. Right there, 76 in Central. They do it every. I gotta figure out what it is, what days they do it. I know they in Lamert Park on Fridays. I just gotta figure it out. But yeah, I appreciate you, Thug Code. And I see you deleted or retracted some of them, man. But it's so important that we have these difficult conversations. Um, but so just to sum it up, what I think about the ICE and the ICE raids, I think that it's 100% wrong to kidnap people, not have ID, not, I would say, man, if somebody's a criminal, then you go to jail or go to prison. And when they're getting released, then you dictate who needs to stay and who needs to go. But just going to people's homes and going to get the innocent people out the street, or somebody taking their son or daughter to school, I think it's wrong. However, as wrong as I think it is, all I'm saying is that we don't, not we, but I don't get out forefront and throw rocks at the police and trip on them, because that is not my fight. However, what I will do is, like I say, I will open my home, open my car door if you need to get in and get away or whatever. I do not help the police, but what? Damn! She said 600,000 for the bachelor's. Wow. But anyway, I want to support my Pisces, because the Pisces, I don't know what they teach, but they ain't the ones who ever said the Mayate word. The Pisces is like, to themselves and do their thing. But so I always want to support them however I can, but I'm not going to support by, shutting down the freeway and stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm glad you said that too, because a lot of people um, forget who Jill is. For you guys who don't know who Jill is, she's coming up under Lorraine right there, but it's Jill. Jill was with King Baba Louie for the last, I don't know, 10, 12 years of his life. They was like bread and butter. They was like shit. Sometimes it's probably like water and Earl, but they were still together. Um, so I recognize Jill, and I appreciate you, Jill, for taking care of my partner, man, because you did take care of me. Yep, Vincent Guerrero, Mexican second president. Also, Pio Pico, a school named after him on Arlington. He was a black governor of California, but he was come from Mexico. So yeah, our history was lost because of the Spaniards. Our history was lost because of the English people. Our history was lost because of the French. So we get to arguing and fighting with each other about history lessons, and it's just not the case, man. We didn't come. Everybody didn't come on slave ships. Some of us are already here. If you guys go back to the Ice Age, a person could walk from Asia across the ice to Alaska, and that's how they got here. They were Asiatic black men. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Kenneth Tolliver. Yep. All right. Well, shit. I done had a good conversation with year 20s lose their first homie to a gang conflict. You know what? Alex Alonso has a better take on that than me. Because I always thought it was 1986 with the homie Stoney. My homie Stoney got killed, and his sister told me it wasn't a gang conflict. She told me it was one of my homeboys that killed him. But I'm gonna take that to my grave with me. 'Cause I don't want the problems, even though they arrested Big Bob from 30s for it, sent him to prison. He always said he didn't do that, um, and I know he didn't. Man, I feel his heart, but I'm thinking 1986 with, but Alex Alonso told me that somebody got killed 1980. I don't know who it was though. Say all our families say I got Indian in me. And you got to figure this, man. Look at all these people. And my son is one of them. I got a son whose family's from Oklahoma. And they get a check, tribal money. They've been getting it since about 2002, 2003, somewhere in there. Um, they've been getting a check because they're indigenous. My mother, when she was younger, she looked white, but her grandfather was Fox Barker from Houston, Texas. They had a lot of land in Houston. So we're indigenous. We're indigenous to this country. And people saying go back to Africa was shit. Only people that say that are the Spaniards, the French, and the English. So I'm just saying to all my Mexican brothers and sisters, don't tell us to go back to Africa. For all my Mexican brothers and sisters, man, the Spaniards did a number on y'all the same way the English did a number on us. We all been robbed and raped and had our villages pillared, man, and destroyed. So instead of us standing side by side, we look at each other as if we're different, and it's just not the case. We just not. So please keep doing what you do. I can pray for the younger generation, who's every part of the food, inspiration, wisdom. Help them understand the words of wisdom. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate it. Yes, indeed. What's up, Big Dev? Yeah. What's up, Boss Claus? Yes, indeed. L Dub, divide and conquer. Don't have any homies from Dead End. You talking about the Harpies Dead End? I rest in peace to Big Jimbo. My family isn't from Africa. We're from a lot of people don't even know that. Yep. What's up, Claus? What's happening with you, man? What country you in right now? Say, what happened to the peace talks? Shit, I still be having peace talks. I still do it. I just don't put it out there because a lot of people don't, they like, man, they don't like the internet, this and that. A lot of people come at me too. A lot of people call me on it like, man, why are you messing with him? Y'all figure out who him is. But, they're like, man, stop bringing him around. Stop doing this. But certain people need help to calm down and be a better person. So I work with everybody. So the peace talks are still going on, still doing peace, but they shooting where it need to be peace talks at. I got a call today from Rosecrans. But, the peace talks need to be on the laundry too. Peace talks need to be on Wilmington, but they also need to be on Central. Was Jimbo mentioned in Monster's book? I think so. I think Monster mentioning the copper color people. Maybe so. Maybe so, because honestly, we're a brown complexion, but we've just, I can't say what we've done, but brown pride has been absorbed by Latinos, Spanish speaking people. And, that's what happens in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. They're just as dark as us, but they speak Spanish. So it has to be some kind of education. Let us know, man, we are the same. We are the same people. So just because you speak Spanish and I don't, or just because I speak English and they speak French, because they French people, whatever. I mean, we the same. We the same color. It's just what trick bag did we get caught up in? Some got caught up in the Spanish trick bag. Some got caught up in the English. Others got caught up in the French trick bag. Yes, indeed. Time for Boss Claus to come back. In Costa Rica. Got a flight to Switzerland in the morning. I don't know, back in LA next month. Let me know when you're back, man. Hit me when you get back out here. But look, you got the same people I got right here. So look, we gonna go get something to eat. When Claus come back, me and Compton girl, Orlando, we gonna go eat. The four of us. Come on, we doing that. We gonna do that. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, if you haven't liked and subscribed, go on Instagram and follow Second Call. I'm gonna put this out here, and then I'm gonna probably take off. Go get me something to eat. I keep talking about buying somebody something to eat, and I'm starving now. All right, when you coming to Georgia, bro? Man, I was just in Georgia. I was in Georgia a couple weeks ago, and I'm coming back July 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. I'm be back on 24th, and I think I leave the night of the 27th or the morning of the 28th. So I'll be back out there in July. Uh, yes, indeed. I appreciate you, Focus. Thank you for sharing uh, your insight with me. But I'm gonna be in Georgia in July. We're gonna do something in LaGrange. There's I think it's a Staples Center out there. We're gonna shut down the parking lot, do free food, give out water. Just do some outreach. I'm gonna do it with Quay. Quay is he's an intern mayor, but he's city council member. So we're gonna go out there and support him. Second Call and Quay. All right, y'all. I gotta make these phone calls and get off of here. Planned on being on here for an hour, but it looked like I was just connecting with my people, man. Having a conversation. I want to thank everybody who gave their insight, man, because I don't want nobody to ever say, man, Skipp ain't cool. He, Thug Colton, appreciate you, brother. I don't want nobody else to think that I don't care about the immigration raids, because I do care. I do care about a group of people having to run, leave their homes, not knowing. There's a little boy in juvenile hall right now. He was asking one of my staff members. He was saying, "Man, can you go find my mama?" He ain't heard from her. So these are the type of things that tear away at my heart, man, and the stuff that goes on. So I do care. I just don't want to put my life on the line for the federal government or the county sheriff or the city police to say, look, we got him. That's it. Sure. All right. Peace to everybody. Peace and blessings, Dominic. Peace to Thug Colton, Boss Claus, Compton Girl, L Dub. Yep. Peace to all y'all. Look, it's like a family reunion on here, huh? Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Till next time. But y'all like and subscribe. Go follow that Instagram, Second Call South LA on Instagram. All right. Peace and blessings, everybody.